The third question that we'll be dealing with is the issue of BEE grants and the consequences for the person that receives that grant. Before we go to BEE specifically, just keep in mind that when a person receives a grant, that grant generally would be zero rated, provided it is a grant. Now, a grant is a defined term in the VAT Act, and it is a payment towards something in aid and certain other issues that are mentioned in the VAT Act. But it clearly envisages that it's not for any goods or services supplied. It is not a contractual payment. It's a payment that is made as a grant to assist a business. That is what it's about. If you don't pass that test, if it's in any way linked to the supply of goods and services, it will not be a grant as defined in the VAT Act. The second thing that we need to consider is a grant is only a grant if it's applied by a local or public authority. So if anybody else makes a grant, it's not a grant as defined in the VAT Act. Then you need to have a look at, well, is it just a supply of money to take it out of the VAT net? So what was asked in this specific case was, or the question is, if I receive a grant like that, what happens? The person that makes the grant gets a BEE, gets BEE points, but remember that person doesn't get BEE points from the person that receives the grant. They get BEE points because of the BEE Act. So that is a consequence of the fact that they've made the grant. So you can't say they've made the grant to get the points and that's quid pro quo for the grant being made. So there's no, in that sense, there's no goods and services being supplied. So if a company receives a grant, it does not receive a grant from a public or local authority. It receives it from the normal business environment. Then the only question is it for goods or services supplied? Now, normally a BEE grant would not be for goods and services supplied. What happens is that the grant is made to advance a certain business. Generally, it's not there for services to be made or supplied to a third party. In that sense, it's then only a supply of money, not linked to the supply of any goods and services, and that grant itself would not be subject to VAT, not being a supply of goods and services, being a supply of money. Keep in mind, it's not outside the VAT Act because it's a grant as defined. It's outside the VAT Act because it is an amount received, not for the supply of goods and services. Trust that clarifies that situation.